So not to get ahead of ourselves, the first part is the journey to Port Antonio. I left Kingston pretty late, and these are some moments along the way I captured. You know, my freediving mentor, David, he has this beautiful facility, this beautiful property, and this is where we were staying. And it's for about 2 nights. So yeah, I'll take you on this journey. This is the room. And then just down the road, this is another property where we are having all our meals for the weekend. This is where we'll be having our breakfast, lunches, and dinners. Pretty cool, yeah? So here we are with the squad. It's now the morning. Most of the freedivers are here at this point. That's David. And yeah, starting their day off. Silly! You know, freediving is a whole lifestyle. It's a way of being. You need to prepare your mind, body, and spirit for what you're about to partake in. And that's what this facility is
Lady
for.
divers.
Yes.
On this workshop, we did things a bit differently. David decided we're going to go out to sea first instead of working us in the pool first, as we usually do. So this is our first location, our first open water dive. And it's beautiful. Check this out. So we're all rolling up. Everybody's getting ready, putting on their gear, and time to get in.
Hi, how are you? Welcome to the Freediving Workshop, March 2025.
So that's me swimming down to this ship. That ship was sank maybe a year and a half ago. And that's Jessica. We're just having fun. We're practicing what we remember so that David and Kynan can see what we need to work on, because this is a workshop, and you know, we're just having fun. I think the surface is about 70 feet down, and that's Kynan right there beside me, you know, just relaxing, chilling. I'm gonna come up with him. But yeah, this is our first dive for the weekend.
It's the first dive session.
So now it's time for lunch, a little break, and then into the pool. And we're gonna get worked. David's gonna tell us what to do.
Where you're gonna be doing 15 lengths of 25 underwater with as minimum break in between as you can.
So at this point, we are just pushing ourselves. We're getting ourselves really tired. We're maximizing our lung capacities, you know, practicing our recovery, our techniques, how to relax in the water, getting our bodies and brains used to that low oxygen, high CO2 levels so that we can perform even better when we need to. And this is the time to push it because this is a safe environment. This is where you have lots of divers around you, and it's just in a pool, so you don't have to go really far up to recover. And you always have David watching us, you know. We learn our recovery techniques. We get to, you know, stay in a safe place and really figure out what works and what doesn't work, because everyone's different. And you know, these guys are watching us to see what we can work on, but we are also paying attention to our own bodies to see how we feel and what works for us. And this is a place to do it. This is why we come to these workshops.
3, 2, 1, and go.
So that's me in the center. At this point, we've done a ton of laps. We've all pushed ourselves and gotten a little time to recover, and we're just trying to see how far we can go on a single breath. We have David and Kynan watching us, which really makes a big difference.
Head is pointing forward. You should be looking straight down at the bottom of the pool.
And you can hear him telling others that are watching, you know, what they need to work on while we're doing it, right? So yeah, the whole point, I'm doing a second lap now, and I felt pretty good at this point, so I'm gonna push to do a third.
Like a Jamaican driving.
Alright, baby, turning at 50 meters there, that's right.
Got it, Jameson.
Come on,
You
David.
got it. All right, Magena. Hold on. Breathe, breathe.
Breathe. You got this, you got this, you got this.
Okay.
So what you just saw was me pushing to about 75 meters on a single breath, which is a lot for me right now because I have not been diving, I have not been training, and thus, you know, I went like a lot more than everybody else. But the consequence of that is when I got to the end, I almost had a blackout. I almost had a shower water blackout, and that is a situation where you should push yourself because you have lots of free divers and people that will be able to see that and help you, which is what you saw in the very end. They saw my eyes, they saw me kind of twitch to the side a little bit, and they went and grabbed me and made sure I got all the air I needed to completely balance back out and be good. But that's why you need to do workshops like this, because It's in a safe environment, a training facility with experienced freedivers. David is a 5-time record holder, unassisted freediver in his prime. So yeah, this is where you get a chance to really see what you can do as a human being. So it's now the evening of our day one, and it's all about recovery. By the way, David has a bunch of these all around his facility, his property. So the hummingbirds are always around and they're always feeding. Love it. But we're just walking to dinner now, you know, enjoying nature. It's all about recovery, getting back to a place where we're going to be ready for day 2, and we're just heading to dinner. You know, when you're diving with a bunch of people that are looking out for you the entire weekend and you're enjoying this space, it's almost spiritual and you become like family. And at this point, you start to feel that way. So we're just enjoying the dinner, we're chatting, talking, reflecting, and we go back and we play some games, and really, yeah, good way to end the day. And reflection is a big part of this, you know. We're back, this is day 2, we're back on the mat, and we're all in a circle talking to David. He's talking about what he's seen, Kainan's talking about what he's seen and his experiences, and we're all just learning from each other, learning about what we can do better, what they saw, what we need to work on, what we think we need to work on, and also going back over safety. You know, here David is showing us the proper techniques to saving a diver in trouble. Jokes, fun and jokes aside, it's a very serious thing. And now we're on the way to our second location, our second open water dive.
So we're diving out at Sansan today. Actually never gone free diving from this location, so should be a different experience. Weather is not that great again, so might lose my breakfast, but we'll see.
Most frustrating part, getting on all the gear in the water, getting your wetsuit wet.
Very draining.
As I mentioned, the first step is getting your gear on, getting prepped and ready in the shallow water, and then we swim out. Look at that seagrass, that's nice. Very clear right here. Look at that fish. Yeah, we're just enjoying ourselves, getting our lungs warmed up, swimming out, getting a little bit deeper. I see a little stingray, I swim down to it. Look at that pretty little cute thing. Ooh, that's nice. I spot Nemo. That's Lex, that's David's son. He has on like a head wrap that looks like Nemo, you know, the fish Nemo. He doesn't see me, I fully stalk him to the surface. And then I scare him. I'm going back down again. Yeah, the visibility wasn't that great on this day, but you know, we got to a place that had something you could see at the bottom with good depth, so we can practice our techniques and, you know, feeling at one with the water. So that's me just chilling out, enjoying the vibe, floating in there. And that's my dive buddy Chad. He's been keeping me safe. He's filming now. I'm going down. And yeah, as I said, like, the whole point of this is to go to a decent depth, not a crazy, insane, scary depth. That's risky, but a depth that you're pushing the limits a little bit, but you also, you know, you're not at a point where it's extremely hard to recover and get back to the surface. So yeah, that's me saying I'm okay and going back up. And that's Sealy. Everybody loves Sealy. So I'm going down and I see a little fish and I'm like, ooh, I stalk it. It's a puffer fish. These guys are so timid but so cute. Look at those big eyes. Oh, that's the one that if you like scare it, it'll puff up into like this spiky thing. But yeah, just enjoying the dive and these girls with the flags. Check this out. So beautiful, so graceful. Yeah, that's nice. And that's it, our last dive of the weekend. Everyone's just coming back to shore, swimming back in, taking off their gear, getting ready to leave, enjoying the weather. It cleared up a bit, it's really beautiful. Last dive of the weekend.
So you guys keep saying, hey, I want to come on these adventures. I want to go diving. That place looks sick. Well, you need to do the freediving course first. You need to talk to this man.
Yes, so freediving, you have this like initiation, right? You got to do that like the rest of these folks, and then you get to come into the cool club. This is actually the cool club.
Yeah, so you have to learn the basics because that's the only way to be safe. That's the only way you can actually do the thing. You can't just come and hold your breath. It's not that simple, right? And this is a 5-time record holder. Just want you to know.
That's what I'm saying.
So you're learning from the best. But yeah, you can't just show up and do this with us. You have to actually, all these people went through the rigors of learning freediving. So